Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I would like to begin this video by apologising for the state that I am in right now. It's currently like 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I haven't redone my hair since yesterday, hence why it looks like this, and my skin's breaking out. Not a good situation right now, but we'll get over it. So I'm just making a really quick video about rejection because tomorrow the decisions are coming out from Oxford for everybody who applied. The decisions from Cambridge have either already come out or they're coming out soon, and people who've applied to med school and any university in general will be getting offers, and also unfortunately some people will be getting rejections around this time of year. And I want to make a video about this because I think that it's so important for people who are at school in their final year of sixth form or college to know that it's okay to be rejected, and it's not some defining thing about your personality. Everyone's going to face rejection at some point in their life, whether that's at school, whether that's at university, whether that's from a person, from a career, from work experience, an internship. In all aspects of life, you're going to have to face rejection, and it's really important to know how to cope with rejection and to know how to realise that just because you've been rejected from something, that doesn't make you any less of a person, and it doesn't diminish your self-worth. I myself have been through my fair share of rejection, and I think that I'm the sort of person who really takes things personally, and when I have to face rejection, I don't always cope with it that well. I tend to catastrophize and think that it means all parts of my life are completely over, and it means that I'm not a good enough person, and that's completely not the case. As I've gotten older and I've matured a bit more, I've come to realise that just because I've been rejected from something, it doesn't make me less of a person. Especially whilst I was at school, encapsulated in this school environment, in this bubble, I found it really hard to see any further than academics, further than university, further than a career. And that's what my life became, and I couldn't realise that there's so much more to life than academia and a career and a job. And yes, of course, you need to earn money and you need to have a job, and you obviously want to have some sort of an education, but that isn't everything. There's so much more to life. I really think that in life, you should aim to be a good person and help other people and use your skills to try and better other people's life, rather than being so caught up in what other people think about you. One of the main reasons I'm afraid to face rejection is because I'm so worried about what other people are going to think of my rejection and how other people are going to view it, rather than what I actually think of the rejection. When I've been rejected in the past, I obviously was upset, but my immediate thought was always, what's everyone going to think about it? And are people going to think I'm less of a person? And are people going to think I'm stupid or not good enough? And I think that's really sad that I always tend to base my self-worth off of what other people think of me, and I know that I'm not the only one. I know there's plenty of people who also feel the same way, but I really don't think it should be that way, and you need to learn to base your self-worth off of other things rather than a rejection, because that's only one aspect of your life. A rejection from a university is one tiny part of your life. At the end of the day, you're going to go to university for 4 years. A rejection from a job is only one small part of your life, and by being rejected from a job, that might lead you on to another thing, and it might cause you to meet new people and develop new skills and try out new things that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to do if you had been accepted at the place where you'd originally intended to go. If you get rejected, I want you to obviously feel it out and accept that rejection. It's okay to feel upset, and disappointed and annoyed about being rejected, but once you've gotten over that initial rejection, move on. Go and move on to the next thing. Try out something else. Apply somewhere else. Think of all the other opportunities you're going to have by being rejected from one thing, because sometimes it's really easy to become so fixated on something, and when you don't achieve that, you just can't move past it. And I've definitely felt like that in the past, and I know it's such a horrible feeling. Remember that there's always something better around the corner, even if you can't see it. From rejection that I faced in the past, with the perspective that I now have, I can look back on the situation and think, okay, so I was rejected from that place, but then that led me on to do X, Y, and Z, and from that I had this opportunity and I met this person and I was able to do this thing that I wouldn't have done if I hadn't been rejected. So in every single situation, you've got to try and see the positive and realise that even if you can't see it now, there will always be bigger and better things in the future that will come from you being rejected. I know it's really hard to see that in the moment, but trust me, everything does happen for a reason. Whether you realise that in a month or a year or 10 years, there's always a reason for why something happens. Especially in this day and age, we become so obsessed with trying to plan out our lives and determine what's going to happen in the future. But at the end of the day, you cannot plan out every single thing that's going to happen in your life. There's always going to be curveballs thrown at you. There's always going to be something that's going to redirect you and push you in another direction. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. More and more I'm learning I just need to take each day as it comes and, okay, plan out my life to a certain extent, have some sort of direction, but accept that it's okay for my life and my goals not to pan out exactly as I originally intended. One of my favourite phrases is that there is no such thing as a rejection, there is only such thing as a redirection. And I really resonate with this because I feel like with every single rejection I've had to face, it's redirecting me into a different pathway, and ultimately that's ended up being so much better for me than I ever could have realised. If you've already had to face rejection, or you do face rejection in the future, just try to remember that there's always going to be something better for you, and there's always a reason why you've been rejected from something, because the people who are determining whether or not you get accepted into something obviously know better whether or not you're suited for that role or that place. Maybe they can see something that you can't, and maybe they can see that, okay, they're not suited for this role, but actually they'd be better suited somewhere else. I know it can feel unfair, and I know it can feel frustrating, but there's so many opportunities in this world for you to do something else that you hadn't originally intended. And I think more and more as I get older, I'm just learning to take each day as it comes and go with the flow rather than getting stressed out about trying to plan everything, because I love having control over a situation, but actually it's not particularly healthy, because when I can't control a situation I end up feeling really down. It's much more healthy just to go with the flow and enjoy life. I wish you luck if you are waiting to hear back from a university, or if you're waiting to find out if you've secured a job or a work experience placement, whatever it is. I wish you luck, and even if things don't go to plan, remember there's always something better waiting for you around the corner. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you soon in another video. Please follow my Instagram, which I will put up on the screen, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.